Hey guys, RB here, blogging from paradise, stepping into the light. Today we're going to talk about how to build backlinks for your blog. We got Phoenix here, the Schnauzer. V9. Hi Phoenix, unless you want to go out in the hallway, sweetie. Most bloggers are really backlink hungry, just like Phoenix for her treats. All right, you want to go out or what? Want out? Come on. Go, kiddo. Out. You stay out. All right, kid? There you go. You're out. Out you go. Thinking SEO benefits Google. We get that. I mean, most bloggers definitely get that. Google likes backlinks, especially from relevant authority sites. These are credible sites from your blogging niche. But when you're building backlinks the right way, you will establish really powerful bonds, strong friendships with influential bloggers in your niche. These are the type of friendships that could help you to really boost your traffic, targeted, of course, and your blogging profits. Thanks so much for joining. Slowly and steadily over the long haul. So everybody's thinking about Google, or most bloggers, which is cool. And of course, yes, they dig if a number of authority sites, these are credible, trusted sites from your niche, are linking to you. But think about the relationships, the friendships with powerful bloggers that arise when you're gaining these links from these individuals. A lot of potential there. Co-promotion, guest posts on each other's blogs, all types of good stuff. So the first thing that you guys gotta do to get backlinks the right way, and first off, let's say quality backlinks. These are links from credible, trusted authority sites in your niche. And those are what really count big time over the long haul. It's to move into the mindset of not trying to get backlinks, because that comes from an energy of fear. Whenever you try to get something, it's all in your mind, right? You want to get something, you're thinking in your mind, everything's in your mind. So when people try to get, hey, great to see you, try to get something, that's coming from scarcity and a fear of not having. So you want to shift from trying to get, from that fear, towards facing, feeling, and releasing the fear and falling in love with giving. So you get backlinks by giving value and establishing friendships with powerful bloggers in your niche. Okay. So you have to think about giving, serving, and helping, because these are the only activities that actually lead to the backlinks. And most bloggers really screw up because they're thinking about, how can I get backlinks? I gotta get, and they'll blind pitch 50 influential bloggers a day. They'll just send links via email. Hey, could you put this link on your blog, or let's do a link exchange? Don't do link exchanges, guys. They're pretty much worthless, because the only really worthwhile links are organic backlinks that you have earned, and they're all earned by merit, meaning, maybe if you're not from Northern New Jersey, you won't say merit like I will, but that means based on the quality of your content, the depth, the helpfulness, the value. Like, that's what it's all about, guys. It's all about the giving. So right away, if you have, I want to get backlinks in your mind, you're thinking getting, giving precedes getting. If you just try to get, you won't get. So move into that frame of mind of giving freely, being really generous with your time and talents, being genuine. And that will be a really important first step to getting backlinks. The fundamental practical tip, and I want to take a second to really thinking it through, to follow, to execute, is to, awesome, oh, that's great. Planning to create a new blog, that's awesome. Is to write and publish high quality, detailed content that solves the pressing problems of your targeted core reader, or people in the business say the avatar. It's that one core reader. We're covering one niche here. We're developing our expertise, our credibility, our authority. So people will link to your blog if you write enough and practice enough to be skilled, competent, confident, clear enough as a writer to write and publish detailed, high quality content. You have to give people a reason to link to your blog. People won't link to just anything or low quality or average blog posts. They won't do it. They link to valuable content because they have to look good in doing it. They're not going to drop a backlink to crappy content, to low quality content, or even average content. You really have to knock people's socks off of them to say, I'm going to give this guy a link because their reputation, their credibility is on the line. Now, this is not backdoor bragging, but just to let you guys know, as far as the strategies that I'm sharing, and they're very simple, but it takes a lot of generosity, patience, and persistence, which can be uncomfortable to execute these tips over the course of thousands of hours, spanning years of your life. Depending on the service, and I don't know, most of them are kind of shady, I think, because it's just the backlinks fluctuate wildly, very volatile fluctuation. But let's say 50,000 to 60,000 backlinks point to Blogging from Paradise, and almost every single one are organic. Meaning I did not ask anybody to do a link exchange or ask anybody for a link. So 50,000, let's say 55,000 backlinks point to Blogging from Paradise based solely on the quality of my content. And many of these backlinks, until I checked whatever it was, SEMrush or SEO tool, whatever, I don't even know. I had no idea these people linked to me. Oh, that's awesome. 8 years. Wow. Long time. So here's the deal. All these backlinks flowed my way. I wasn't even aware of it. That's the sign of high quality content. And also my blogger buddy network, a really genuine, patient, and persistent blogger outreach campaign. Because when you have tens of thousands of backlinks and all of them are organic, 55,000, that means they link to me based on the quality of my content. That means I'm doing something right for a long time. It also means I have a really strong friend network. But step one, guys, publish really helpful content that influences bloggers to actually want to link to your content. Now, long form posts can get backlinks, but short form can get them too. If you really hit the mark, you don't have to publish 1,500 words every time out. Some of my 600 or 700 word posts that really hit the mark and solve a pressing blogging problem get backlinks. Because people come across it, say you're a blogging tips blogger or just a blogger and you're really into blogging tips, and you come across one of my latest posts. Like today, I talked about being persistent. Well, yesterday was about being persistent in the passive nature. I'm trying to remember today. Still kind of thawing out like an ice cube. I was out there with my shorts and it's like freezing. It feels good, but my hands are a little cold in the forest. Oh, today I was talking about, well, let's check. Cover a lot of stuff, guys. Yesterday was the passive. Yeah, that's right. Monetizing for beginners. So monetizing your blog for beginners. Make sure you start monetizing from day one or really early in your career, at least one channel, but don't get greedy or desperate. You don't want to add 4 or 5 income streams in the first couple of days because you don't have the content to really back that up, and you'll look a little maybe tons of ads, very little thin content, doesn't look good. So people that really need to hear that message, especially beginner bloggers, may say, this is great, I'm going to link to it. And it's only like 600 or maybe it's like 800 words only. So it doesn't have to be long form content. However, add details, be genuine, be generous. You have to give people a reason. And I think to link to your blog, and I think most bloggers struggle like heck to get backlinks because they don't practice their writing. So they're poor writers. They don't write with confidence and clarity. They add too much bloat to their posts. And if it's a low quality post, even if you work hard on it, quote unquote, and even if you add all links in, links out, and you're covering bases as far as the SEO fundamentals, and it could be helpful in terms of sharing a lot of practical tips, but if there's a lot of grammatical errors, or is it grammar errors? There are a lot of grammatical errors and it's just sloppy and it hasn't been proofread and there's typos. Even if it's in depth and there's helpful tips, any top blogger or any blogger from even a credible blog won't link to it because it just doesn't look good. I know myself, I come across posts that are somewhat helpful. They're actually really helpful in a lot of ways, but the value is not quite there because there's a lot of typos, and perhaps it's someone who's an ESL blogger, and I appreciate, ESL bloggers out there, but there's too many grammar errors, grammatical errors, choppy, it's just too wordy. And you have to really practice your writing diligently, religiously, patiently to get clear and confident enough to write a piece of content and publish it that will impress a native English speaker who runs a respected blog to the point of where the individual actually linked to your blog. You got to really write, guys. And that's where a lot of bloggers come up short. They try to get these links, and then it's like, wait a second, to what? Got to publish something really helpful, in-depth, valuable. Solve your readers' problems. Listen to your readers. Solve pressing problems from your niche, and you'll form the foundation, at least, for gaining these backlinks. But, and this is a big but, and I like saying that as a sense of humor. My sense of humor coming out. Big buts, big buts. One of the areas that a lot of bloggers struggle with in terms of getting backlinks is trying to do it by themselves. So even if they're publishing helpful content that's in-depth and valuable and hitting the mark, they're blogging lone wolves. And what do I mean by this? Coffee? They'll publish helpful content, but they won't network. They won't engage in blogger outreach. And their content may be really good, but then they'll do something like emailing, say, 30 credible, influential bloggers from their niche and say, hey, let's do a link exchange. They have no friends. They're a stranger. They're on the outside looking in. So even if they published really helpful content, when you're on the outside looking in and you're a blogging stranger, it is a stranger danger scenario because you'll say, like when people email me, I'll say, I've never heard of them. The content may be good, but something tells me to stay away because if the content was really good and if they were connected and credible and trusted, I would already know about them because me being in the game for a long time, I know about all the top blogging tips bloggers. Even if I'm not friends with them, they come up on Twitter and on Facebook and Google and these different sites. However, if they're unknowns, I don't link to them because I don't trust them. I don't know them. I can't vouch for them. And even if their post rocks, since I don't know the full body of work, they could have posted about something the day before or the week before that was really not something that would align with my Blogging from Paradise brand. So, okay, maybe they wrote a really helpful post, and last week and a week before, they published a really spammy post that promoted some really questionable, dubious opportunity or just something along those lines. So you really have to build relationships or you will have a terrible time getting backlinks. Even if you publish dazzling content, you'll still be on the outside looking in because when you're a stranger and people don't know you and you're not a trusted commodity, respected bloggers won't link to you. And it's because they're putting their name and their reputation on the line. So for the one blog post that really rocks, that may be good, even if they check, they're like, well, I don't know this person. What are they up to? What are their other posts like? And they're not going to take the time, guys, to go through your old blog posts or even the post that you're pitching them on, because they have thousands and thousands of other stranger bloggers who are strangers and don't build relationships, who come out of nowhere, who are all begging them for backlinks. That's the problem. Most bloggers, really most of which who spam, spam link exchanges, spam comments, they act like they have that pro bloggers that they're pitching have all the time and give all the time in the world to doing research on the spammers, on these stranger danger bloggers, on these unconnected, not credible, not trustworthy bloggers on the outside looking in, where in reality, these bloggers have the whole, I'm talking about the people pitching that are unknowns from the outside looking in with no blogger outreach, not connected, no friend work, didn't put any time into networking. They have a split second to grab the attention span of a professional blogger. Think of that one. And it shows you just the disconnect when you do things from ego and fear. Most of these bloggers have a split second to stand out from the hundreds of thousands of other strangers who are trying to pitch them, to really make an impact, to be kind, to be generous. Yet they act like these professional bloggers will spend hours going through those requests. We don't need to. We have all the backlinks flowing to us already organically. We did it the right way. So you have to engage in blogger outreach, guys. Comment genuinely on blogs in your niche. Promote fellow bloggers in your niche. On your blog, I'm talking about top bloggers, of course, but respected bloggers, retweet their posts, share their posts on Facebook, share their posts on LinkedIn, ask for nothing in return, expect nothing in return, gain credibility in their eyes. You have to earn their trust by helping them and asking for nothing, because that's how they got connected and move higher in blogging circles. Then as these relationships strengthen and you're publishing helpful content and practicing your writing, these professional bloggers, slowly but surely, will link to your blog, and you'll get backlinks from their really well-read, respected blogs, which will increase your exposure in front of their readers, some of whom blog, of course, who will then link to your blog and then their readers' blog, and then you get the whole idea of blogger outreach. And it is just an incredibly powerful form of referral marketing. It's amazing. But you got to engage in outreach. You got to help bloggers patiently, persistently, generously, and you got to do it for a long time to build friendships, to gain their trust. But once you have their trust, their friend, forget about it. Backlinks will come flying in. And this is how I generated a lot of backlinks, blogging paradise, by publishing helpful content and making friends by helping other bloggers. And then these blogging buddies drove tons of backlinks to my blog because they trusted me and I wasn't a stranger. I never went around and emailed 50 or 100 influencers a day. That's nuts. You're on the outside looking in. Nobody trusts you. You might land a backlink or two, whereas organically 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 backlinks point to Blogging from Paradise every day organically based on my work from the past. So you're wasting 10, 12 hours trying to get strangers to link to you when I have blogging friends set up 10, 20, 30, 40 or more backlinks a day. I'm saying set up, but link to me. So that's based on all the work I put in. See how you have to think in reverse? Most bloggers are thinking upside down. Publish low quality content, email a bunch of strangers. It's not intelligent. It's not a smart approach, guys. The wise approach is to build the relationships and to publish helpful content, to become really skilled and to practice. And it'll take a while to get the links. And that's another factor, guys. It's going to take weeks and months of practice to become credible enough and skilled enough to actually publish helpful content that's trusted. Then you're also going to be spending a lot of time, weeks and months, building the friendships to where these folks see your trusted content after weeks and months and hundreds of hours and say, I'm going to drop a link to it. And that's really the point I wanted to end on, guys. This deal is all about developing skills and engaging in a genuine and generous blogger outreach campaign to get connected. You have to get connected to succeed. You have to publish helpful content to succeed in getting backlinks and to succeed in general, blogging-wise. But it takes a lot of time and work, which is why you really have to love blogging, guys. This is why I say if you're not blogging for fun, for the passion of blogging, you're done. You won't succeed because you won't put in the hundreds and hundreds of hours and thousands of hours of work that it takes to succeed online. But even in the case of just like backlinks, it's going to be a long time and a lot of work to become skilled enough and connected enough to where people actually link to your blog. You have to earn it. You have to practice. You have to get clear and confident. And of course, when you just wrote and published your first post, it's going to be a low quality offering, even if you really put a lot of time and energy into it, because you don't have the skills yet. You don't have the practice. You don't have the knowledge. have a lot of doubts in your mind, and all of us have to get through that period. I mean, look at me here, 20 minutes off the top of my head, talking about these proven tips for generating backlinks. And it's a piece of cake for me because of the 10,000 plus hours, the 15,000 plus hours I spent creating and connecting. So now it's all up here after 14 years of blogging. And then I can gain backlinks through this too. I could publish it to my blog. I won't. I have so much content on there already. But I could publish this to my blog and embed it, add some text. I did that a lot in the past. Now I'm just kind of beefing up posts a little bit more text. And then people would link to it. And this is a backlink generator, backlink machine right here, generator. This video. It's a lot of practice. Backlinks are earned. I've written before, they're not handed out like candies to a baby, especially when the links are coming from credible blogs in your niche, because those bloggers are going to make you earn it because their reputation is on the line. Their name is on the line. They can't link to a low quality post or a blogger who publishes thin content or their blogs look too spammy. I'm picky with the links. I only link to people who have built relationships with me, built friendships with me, or top bloggers who maybe I'm not really connected with, but I know, okay, they're the top bloggers in the world, and they earn that too. Like, I don't know someone like John Chow personally, but if he published or one of his guest posters published a really helpful post, I'll link to it because he's been blogging for 18 years, whatever it is, and he's one of the tops in the world. He earned that. So, guys, you really have to put in the time, the energy, the effort. It is not by any means easy to get backlinks. It's not. But they're well worth it, because when you start generating these links and you put in hundreds of hours over weeks and you're creating and connecting and they start flowing in, number one, it feels good to publish enough quality content and to have that friend network to where people actually link to your blog. It's really quite a compliment, especially from respected blogs. But then Google loves those links. And more than ever, guys, Google's forcing you. You have to engage in outreach, because those links, they're just gaining more and more authority with their algorithm. More or less, it's just a vetting factor. So their algorithm can say, the Google algorithm, hey, we trust these blogs. They've proven themselves in this specific niche. If a number of them are linking to this blog, then we know as a vetting mechanism that this is a quality blog, and it could be ready for some, we'll give it some SEO juice, and it could be ready for some sweet rankings. You know, it's stepping up. Not probably fireworks, but here it could be gunshots too. Don't worry, not gunshots. Hunting. We're in rural Pennsylvania, so technically gunshots. When you think gunshots, you're like, especially back when I'm from New Jersey, gunshots mean. But not where I'm from per se, but my town was a little off the hook, as the kids say, growing up. But yeah, fireworks, I'm sure. Could be rifles though. A lot of deer hunting going on now. So, guys, that's it for today. If I have to leave you with anything, it would be really generous and be really patient. And it's going to take a lot of hours and a lot of practice. But think of the fun and the freedom. Put in the time. If you're going to be around anyway, do the right thing, blog the right way, and gain the backlinks to become more and more successful. But move into that generous mindset. Be really patient and persistent. It's going to take, it will, I guarantee, many hundreds of hours. It just has to, because you have to become skilled. But you're going to be around for those hundreds of hours anyway. That's what I never really got. And I know my ego for the longest time was focused on the time element. And then, like, slowly but surely, I came to that realization. If I'm going to be around, I plan to be around for hundreds of hours. There's some optimism in me, quite a bit. But in the past, I'd be like, shoot, why don't I just do it the right way, develop my skills, and then the links can flow to my blog organically around the clock, 30, 40, 50 a day. They just flow to my blog based on all the work I put in and all the practice. But that's such a smarter way when you're generous, patient, and persistent. You really work at it. And you become realistic. You're not deluded. You don't think, oh, I'm going to get a ton of links by emailing all these folks low quality content. No, you'll get none. What's worse is you waste your time. You don't even build a solid foundation for getting passive backlinks organically around the clock. That's how it's done, guys. If you want to move up in the blogging world, you'll always run out of time because you'll get no links. You'll be wasting your time. Definitely how it works. Then down the road, you're going to run into even more problems because 2 years down the road, 5 years down the road, if you're still pitching, you're not engaging in outreach and publishing quality content, that's 5 years, say 2 years down the road even, where you haven't built a rock solid foundation and you're still getting a link a day or 0 links a day. No way, guys. Got to think long-term, have a vision, be patient, be persistent, be generous. Thanks so much for joining on Instagram. I'm going to roll, guys. Remember, by the way, my blog, bloggingparadise.com. You could stop by, helpful blogging tips, ebooks, audiobooks, paperbacks, videos, podcasts, blog posts, all that good stuff. Instagram. Gonna roll. Yep, I'm ending the live video. And thanks so much on YouTube here. Really appreciate it, guys. Until next time, you know what to do. Enjoy paradise all.